Before showing you interesting YouTube, which based on a table in which we have this meeting of the words cultural war. When we speak about cultural war between holiness, sanctity, and secular, we speak about the Torah, the truth of the Torah, which is Sabbath, believing in God, and purity of life, many things which the Torah really requires for a Jew. But unfortunately, as we know quite well, that in Israel, the government, even Netanyahu, last Sabbath, invited member of the Knesset on the Sabbath. So altogether, a lot of desecration of Sabbath taking place in Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, because we know quite well this is really, as the Torah says, root of troubles to Israel, as we see. Now, let us see here statement which we find in the Talmud, Sotah 49b, which says, in the footsteps of the Messiah, government will turn to heresy. Amazing, which is exactly we see and many commentators say it refers to the government of Israel. So amazingly clearly seeing this and a sign before Messiah, even though it is not such a good thing to see more and more fighting with the Torah, with holiness, with sanctity in the army, bringing mixture of boys and girls together, which is forbidden according to the Torah, and many other things, the desecration of Shabbos and many other things which is really against the Torah. So this is really one of the signs. There are many others, but this is one of them. In the footsteps of the Messiah, government will turn into heresy. And this is exactly, unfortunately, this second. So we were looking, as usual, we are looking for best meeting, and in the book of Deuteronomy, which against our millennium, according to the Vilna Gaon. And this is what came out, the war, tarbut, cultures, mean cultural war, milchemet, tarbut, cultural war. Definitely speak about war of Torah, in which is written, Zot Torah, this is the Torah which Moses gave to children of Israel, and then Shema Yisrael Tachokim Mishpatim, clearly is written here that all this, that Israel should listen to all the statutes Mishpatim, and believe in God, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, Asher Hoseticha Mitzrayim, who took you from Egypt, Shmor et HaShabbat Lekodsho, keep the Shabbos. So we see clearly all these things which require for a Jew to keep. But for the other side, we have exactly what the expression of the Talmud we saw in Sotah, which says, Malchut, kingdom of Minut. This Minut is heresy. Amazing. This is the best maker of Malchut, Minut, with cultural war. And even written secular, we have a kingdom, government of secular. This is exactly the idea, which is in the government of Israel will turn into heresy, which is Hebrew is Minut, coming here Minut. This is the word kingdom, Malchut, and secular. Unfortunately, this is exactly what we saw now. As more and more we see fightings against Torah. Yes, last days we saw how the police with horses drove away yeshiva boys who really was against this, really putting in jail people who did not want to go to the army, want to learn Torah. So no doubt that we are now really in a very serious time, a lot of fighting against the Torah more and more, desecration of the Shabbos, as we say, trying to make people really secular in the army, mixing up girls and boys together, which is against the Torah, and so on. Now, what is the most interesting, as we saw in this Gemara, is the sign before Mashiach. So here you have, amazingly minimal, in the book of Deuteronomy, 8 Tafshin Ayin Chet, 5,778. And we know the quite important dates that Israel, great things happened in Jewish history, finished with 8, which 8 is above nature, about 7. So altogether we see interesting that this year, next year, is really standing for Mashiach. We have a Mashiach, Messiah, but the conditions of the Torah, remember the Torah which God gave you in Sinai, remember the Anochi Hashem Elokecha, remember the Shabbos to keep it, only then you will Mashiach. So what we have is very interesting table, as we saw, clearly indicating and showing the time that we are in. By the way, you have also 5776. This was the time also that a lot of the Greece against the Torah came out. So, as we see this, and as we say, the Torah is a blueprint of creation, and everything which is going on is in Torah, and this is really what we are told. We are told in the Talmud that one of the signs before Messiah is that the government has been turned into heresy. Heresy, by the way, in Hebrew means discussion. Heresy, interesting, go together, because the heresy destroys Israel, yeah. Troubles comes because of heresy. Holocaust comes because of heresy. So, again, let us hope that will be a time. Unfortunately, this year maybe not, but 5778, maybe it will be the continuation. But it's very interesting. It's the minimal in the book of Deuteronomy. It's quite simple. Few letters in a line, only 64. So let us hope that Israel will listen what God says. Shema Israel tachokim mishpatim. Israel, listen to the statutes and judgments which I command you. Keep the Shabbos. Believe in God, and we took you out from Egypt. Now Passover comes. This is the time for it, and only then we'll have Mashiach coming. This is written, Mashiach with the Torah, and let us hope that already next year we'll see clearly the Mashiach coming. But everything in condition that he will keep the Torah, will keep the Shabbos, he keep the purity of life, men and women, as they should believe according to the Torah, and then we'll have, as we say, Mashiach coming and bring us really peace and tranquility to the whole world.